My mother and I live in the small town of Winnipeg. Together we run a greengrocer. You can tell by how much she teaches the locals about Korean. Just how much pride and love she has for her motherland. After many years of working with no days off. Recently her health has deteriorated a lot. And now, she relies on a wheelchair to get around. Even still, she picks and trims her own produce. And is living her life sincerely, day after day. But lately there's been something on my mind. The upcoming 22nd National Assembly election on April 10, 2024. With my mother whose body is unwell. We will have to go to the Consulate General in Toronto, which takes more than a day by train. I'm worried about how easily we'll be able to make our travels. It will be tough to make the long trip. But my mother would never give up her right to vote. I learned the pride of Koreans from such a strong mother. Which is why I decided to go on this voting trip to Toronto with her. But the day before we left for Toronto, it suddenly started to snow. The snow that had fallen throughout the night had covered the whole world in a blanket of white. My mother, who had waited only for this election day, had an anxious look on her face. Knowing my mother's firm will, we decided to rush to Toronto as soon as the snowfall had weakened. I was worried about my mother's health. I tried my best to hide my anxiousness as we got on the bus to the train station. And that's how the long journey to the polls began. For a moment I felt relief that we had gotten on the bus safely. But then the car ahead slipped on the snow, causing a series of crashes. The aftermath of the accident was taking longer than expected. At that rate, we might not have made it to the polls on time. We needed to make a decision. So we got off the bus, and taking care to keep my mother comfortable, we crossed the bridge carefully to a nearby train station. The sudden heavy snow had caused many people to come to the train station. I barely managed to get us train tickets to Toronto. And only then could my mother and I breathe with relief. That spring day, the journey to make that one vote was made so difficult by the heavy snow. But now it seems like it was trying to tell us something. It's all right. Don't worry. Everything will be fine.